Welcome to my introduction to the Butter Bowls then. So initially I started off with 4 carrots, didn't need 4, could have quite easily gotten away with 2 to be quite honest. But some raw veg goes in all the same, and I've used my new spiralizer, which was really cool. As you can see, there's a couple of settings on there. I used both of the settings just to see what the difference was with them, because it's the first time that I've used it and it was quite effective. It looked really nice. I have chopped up a couple of avocados, put them into a bowl with some extra virgin olive oil. I've also got some black-eyed beans, which come in some water anyway, and you just pop those on for 5 minutes just to warm them through. Now, while they're on, I've also got some brown rice as my carbs. The black-eyed beans are for my proteins. Basically, it's all part of the dish. You've got your separate elements to it. So ideally you want to leave your brown rice on for about 45 minutes. That's the longest part of it basically. So I should have put that on first really, but just so you're aware. Anyway, this is my second avocado that I'm just cutting open there. There is a specific knack to actually chopping open an avocado, and I know it now because after several attempts and chopping my thumb, I've now worked out how to do it, which is great. So yeah, so I've got that all going into a bowl there because this is going to make one of my dips. So I've mixed that together with some sour cream, just a couple of tablespoons, and the juice of 1 full lime, because what I'm going for is a bit of a Mexican style salad. My Butter Bowls Mexican theme. Now what I'm using here is my little blender there, my Breville one, which you can use for drinks, vegetables and everything else, and in between. As you can see, I'm just tipping that upside down just to get the lumps out, shaking it about a little bit, giving it a bit more of a blitz. Let's get all those bits out of there. This is going to be one of my nice creamy sauces, which is actually going to go on top. As you can see, it's all done there, looking great. My brown rice is sorted. Now, moving on to another sauce, because I like to have a bit of a contrast. So what I've done there, obviously I've got some tomatoes. I've got 3 cloves of garlic, probably a little bit overboard, but I do like garlic and it is good for you. So I have pressed those in there. I've also used a little bit more of the lime juice that was left over. And I've used some bird's eye chilies because I like to do things spicy. Gives everything a bit of a kick. They're going in there. I've taken the seeds out, by the way, because I don't like too many seeds. It's got a bit of seasoning in there, as you do. It smells absolutely lush. Now I'm going for the sweet potatoes. They always taste good. They always add lots of flavour, and nutritionally they are very good for you. Pop those onto a baking tray with some extra virgin olive oil. I'm also putting some cauliflower on there as well. There's some paprika. There's some other herbs going on there as well. Anything you want basically, a bit of cumin. It's good for you, and also taste Mexican style. I've got my black-eyed beans. I'm also now going to roast them in the oven. Now they don't take as long, so don't leave them in for any longer than 15 to 20 minutes because you don't want them to go too dry. So I've put my spices on. I'm chopping up some mushrooms now. They're going in too. Putting on some extra virgin olive oil, some spices, some paprika. Now that everything's gone into the oven and it's all good to go, I've got some balsamic vinegar on my spinach leaves, which are just coating the bottom of my butter bowl nicely there. I've got some red pepper. I've got my carrot that I spiralised. I've got my brown rice. So I've got my carbs. I've got my raw veg. I've got my green leafy veg. I've got my protein, my black-eyed beans with some mushrooms, which are coated in spices. I've also got my sweet potato and cauliflower, which is also coated in spices, and it tastes absolutely divine, by the way. I've got my sauces to go on top. I've got my ultra saucy salsa. And I've also got my creamy avocado dip, which tastes divine too. Oh, wow. This tastes so good. Looks so good. The bowls are amazing. It was such a great experience. I'd definitely do it again. And one I wanted to share with everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you find this useful.